Shem Angel 36, Menadel. Hello everyone, this is Taliesin McKnight and thank you for joining me today. Today I'd like to talk about Shem Angel 36, Menadel. This angel protects against slander, but especially this angel is associated with finding lost objects and also lost people or missing persons. So this Shem angel governs 25 to 30 degrees of Virgo. And by the way, for any of you that have a copy of the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, if this or any of the Shem angels of Virgo, hi Lorenzo, how are you doing? You caught me live. How are you? So if you have the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, if any of these angels, the 6 Shem angels of Virgo, happens to be your birth angel, you could flip to the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, Book 3, Chapter 14. You could see that emerald is associated with Virgo, emerald. So if Menadel or any of the other angels of Virgo are happen to be your birth angel, then emerald is associated with this according to the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy. I have my chrysoprase, which is associated with my birth angel, Mitzrael. Oh, Lorenzo says he's a Virgo. Well, then according to the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, you can get your birthstone, which according to Agrippa. Now there's modern, like New Age sources, and then there's the classical sources. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I just really like the historical, like Renaissance stuff when it's available and when it's informative enough. Like sometimes there's missing pieces, but I really like the Renaissance magic according to the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy of Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. The stone of Virgo would be emerald. So anyways, Menadel, this angel, according to, let's take a look at the classical sources. Now, what Agrippa gives us is basically the way to spell the angel name. That's about it. Agrippa does not give us a whole lot of information on this angel. But if you look at De Arte Kabbalistica of Johann Reuchlin, published in 1517, and then you look like over the last 500 years of magicians working with the Shem angels, it's pretty consistent that the Psalm verse is in the Masoretic text. It's Psalm 26 verse 8. Now, you'll notice in the Divine Kabbalah, it says the verse from whence is derived his name. Technically, the names of the 72 angels of the Shem HaMephoresh are extracted Kabbalistically from Exodus or Shemot, the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verses 19, 20, and 21. These 3 verses each have 72 Hebrew letters. And by turning the second verse around, you get 72 columns, you get the 72-fold divine name, which is a Kabbalistic thing extracted from the Torah. And by adding El or Yah, you get the names of the 72 Shem angels. Then, of course, if you go to the 3rd book of Enoch, I have it actually written down. The 3rd book of Enoch, where is that? Rahatiel is given as the angel that governs all the constellation, the turning of the cosmos, and underneath Rahatiel are 72 angel princes that govern the 72 nations, 72 tongues, etc. So that's in the 3rd book of Enoch. And then, of course, we have the 72-fold name found in Sefer Raziel Hamalach and different Kabbalistic texts. But the Shem angels first appear with El or Yah at the end, first appear in the written sources in Reuchlin, De Arte Kabbalistica in 1517, and in Agrippa. And then in Athanasius Kircher, Oedipus Egyptiacus, 100 years later in 1654. According to Athanasius Kircher, Menadel is one of the powers. In the choir of powers are angels that are very powerful at restraining negative forces, at putting a halting negative forces and destructive magic and things like that. So anyways, Menadel governs 25 to 30 degrees of Virgo. Once again, the birthstone of a Virgo, according to Agrippa, is emerald. According to the Divine Cabal, it governs from September 17th, that's today, to the 21st. Of course, you don't have to use special timing with Shem angels. You can work with the angels anytime you want. But if you're following the sun through the tropical zodiac and what the Divine Cabal uses, it governs September 17th through 21st. So starting today begins a 5-day period in which people around the world are working with this angel. So this angel is associated with lost objects and people, missing people, or people that nobody's heard from in years. This angel is worked with to get into contact or figure out what's going on with this person. Let's say there's a family member that just disappeared. You don't know where they are. That is what this Shem angel governs. So actually I'm going to read what does the science of the Kabbalah say about this angel. There's some things that I don't always agree with in this book, but the office is very useful. What does it say? It says that this angel serves against slander. So that's another thing. It serves against slander or calumny. Calumny, what is calumny? It's slander, gossip, people talking bad about you. It serves against slander and delivers prisoners. This genius sheds light on distant people who have not been heard from for a long time. It helps you to know about people that disappeared and you don't know what happened to them. It brings back exiles to their homeland and discovers lost or disturbed possessions. So lost objects, lost people. It protects against slander, and it delivers prisoners. Now, the delivery of prisoners, this could refer to literally people that are incarcerated. Let's say you want someone to get parole, you want them to get out of prison, or you want them to get out of jail. Or also, and which comes up a lot with the Shem angels. A lot of people that are on the fringes of society, they would turn to magic for help. So it could be taken as literally people that are incarcerated, and maybe that's somebody that you haven't seen in many years. You'd like to see this person that's been gone, that's been away in prison. Or it could be someone that is in bondage, someone that's trapped in a situation. Maybe someone's gone and they're trapped in a situation. Maybe you feel trapped in a situation. So, in a nutshell, Menadel helps with lost objects and lost people, or missing persons, or missing a lost pet, or someone that you don't know what happened to this person, they just disappeared. This angel is worked with for that. Protects against slander and missing people and objects. So, this angel, the psalm verse associated, this is what I was going to say. So the names are Kabbalistically extracted from the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verses 19, 20, and 21, but also the psalm verses. When there's a psalm verse, the Divine Cabal will often say, like for example, with this angel, the Divine Cabal, which is a dream magic text, it's specifically for putting the sigil of the angel under your pillow and doing dream work. It is a dream grimoire. But the Divine Cabal says, Menadel governs from the 17th of September to the 21st inclusively. The verse from whence is derived his name is the 8th verse of the 25th Psalm that's using the Vulgate numbering. O Lord, I have loved the beauty of thy house and the place of the abode of thy glory. So what does that mean, the verse from whence is derived his name? Because if you look at the Hebrew of these psalm verses, usually the 3 letters associated with the Shem angel name is found next to a tetragram or a yod-he-vav-he in the Hebrew of the text. Not always, but that's generally the case. So that's what that means, the verse from whence is derived his name. It's pretty consistent throughout the grimoire tradition. Menadel governs 25 to 30 degrees of Virgo in the classical magic approach. And the psalm verse in the Masoretic text is Psalm 26:8. Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thine honor dwells. It serves against slander and delivers prisoners. This genius sheds light on distant people who have not been heard from for a long time. It brings back exiles to their homeland and discovers lost or disturbed possessions. And yep, I mean, that's pretty much it. Menadel. So, again, I think it's very important to think about what is important to you, what is something that's very close to your heart. It all helps you, and by going the full circle through all the Shem angels, all 72 of the Shem HaMepharesh angels, it helps you to touch upon every single aspect of your life and to gain a self-knowledge. What is important to you within all of these different categories? The Shem angels are very effective, very powerful. So I highly encourage people to work with these angels and to really think about what is important to you that is within this office. Is there a long lost friend? Is there a family member that disappeared? Is somebody very important to you in prison or off somewhere trapped in a situation? So is there a missing object that is close to your heart? Or a missing person, or a missing pet? Is there someone slandering you? So all of these things dwell within the office of the angel. So it's very simple. Light a candle. Agrippa says to always have a fire lit with any sacred ceremony. That's something that I follow. It's right there in Agrippa. Light a candle. Light some incense. Call the angel's name, Menadel, Menadel, Menadel. Call the name of the angel. Recite the psalm verse. Again, in the Masoretic text, that's Psalm 26, verse 8. Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thine honor dwelleth. Ask for something within the office of the angel. Sit in silence for a bit and wait for some type of messages or feelings or response. And then dismiss the angel. And very important, I highly recommend that people pay attention to their dreams. Let's say you're one of those people that doesn't really remember your dreams very well. Well, there are affirmations on YouTube, there's hypnosis on YouTube, all free. Just telling yourself 9 times before you go to sleep, I remember my dreams, I remember my dreams. I highly recommend that if you work with this or any of the other Shem angels, that you pay attention to your dreams. And not everyone is a scryer. Some people are more gifted at scrying than others. It may be that the angel will communicate to you through dreams or through synchronicities. So pay attention to the subtle. Pay attention to the subtle and some of the promptings or messages that you may be getting from this angel. So anyways, so that is Shem Angel 36, and we are halfway through the 72 angels of the Shem HaMepharesh. I appreciate all of you that have been on this journey with me thus far, and we're about done with the light half of the year. So the first 36 Shem angels, from Vehuya to Menadel, these 36 Shem angels are from the spring and the summer, at least here in the northern hemisphere. The reverse would be the case in the southern hemisphere. But we've gotten through this half of the year. We're about to hit the equinox, and then we're going to cycle through the other 36 of the Shem HaMepharesh. I hope that y'all are doing the work and looking at the changes that are taking place, changes internal and external that are going on in your life. This is initiatory. It is an adventure. Every new year, every new day is a new adventure. It's a new life cycle. So I really hope that you guys are working with these angels and that you're getting results, that you're having these experiences. So, anyways, work the magic and it'll work for you. Very powerful. I've had many people that have spent many years doing all kinds of magic and candle magic and all kinds of things. And then they start working with the 72 Shem angels and they're blown away that you can light a candle, recite a psalm verse. And a lot of these people, they come from other backgrounds. You know, they're a little bit, I'm not sure I want to work with something that's kind of Judeo-Christian or whatever. A lot of these people are pagan or whatever. But people are blown away by results. They light a candle, they recite a psalm verse, call on the angel, ask for something, and then they notice results follow. So I really hope that you guys are working with this and having really good experiences and results. And it's very transformative for life. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. This angel governs particularly the next 5 days, so I really encourage y'all to work with this angel and pay attention to your dreams. And I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day, y'all.